40 degrees on the left, 55 on the right. Remember, I said that. Now, this is going to blow you away. It's absolutely remarkable when we're looking at the world's best ball strikers and how close they are to one another when we're looking at the engine room, the motor of the golf swing.
So a lot of people don't realize this, but the shoulders work through the golf ball on a steeper plane. This is the most effective way to deliver that club head into the back of the ball. So what we're going to do now is take you through some amazing drills. Firstly, give you an idea as to why they do this magic move in the swing. The closer you get to these positions, guys, the better you're going to hit the golf ball. Now, with unfortunately a lot of the amateurs out there, they're just miles away from these positions and jumping from video to video, but not finding that point of failure. Let's have a look at why they steepen these shoulders and give you some information and some drills and feels to get you playing the best golf you've ever played. So people, why are we seeing the world's best ball strikers steepen or halve this shoulder plane through the golf ball? One of the important messages to get through to everyone here is the combination of tilt and turn needs to be appropriate. What do I mean by that? Well, if we have too much tilt and not enough turn, most likely the club's coming too far from the inside. The middle point of your swing's too far behind the ball. We can hit some fat shots and thin shots, and it starts to look something like this. Now, the other side of the scale is too much turn and not enough tilt. And we see a lot of golfers in this position with their head moving forwards, and generally speaking for most players, the arms will then come out and they're really hitting the wrong side of the golf ball and not having the best entry. We need to get this combination of tilts and turns correct. The closer you get to this 40-degree angle on the way back, and 55, even if you can't, but the closer you get, the better you hit. This video is not just for club players, this video is for advanced players, this video is for everybody. So people, to get this downswing position to slot it, we need to do a little bit of work here. A couple of great feels in the backswing that just also cleans up your ball striking a little bit. Unfortunately, we need consistent hitting, don't we? Just consistency of strike. And unfortunately, what I'm seeing with a lot of people, they do hit good shots, but the consistency's not there, and their only consistency at times is their inconsistency. So let's have a look here at a backswing position. A couple of feels, basic feels, that can really clean up and make you assemble your swings much more effectively at the top. Now, we're looking here at a pressure point with your left arm against your chest. Okay, now, so when we take the club away, the first move, what we're trying to do is really get the left shoulder to work down. And when we do that, we can get the club face in a great position, 11 o'clock my side, 1 o'clock your side. Now, by getting this position right, you can see where my right hand's pointing. Pressure point here, and when I'm swinging back, what we can do is get a little bit of pressure down around into this area here. It really is an athletic move where we start to grip the ground and use it as leverage. All right, just right of center here, just a slight push, a little bit of force or pressure down, left connection here, getting this plane of this swing in a great place, getting your wrist alignments correct. We get a little bit of right leg extension. Here we have connection, and we're controlling that club face at 11 o'clock. And if you practice this, you start to really get yourself to move this club head effectively and getting your wrist alignments in such a powerful position. By getting and using visual effects, we learn 40% visually. It's important to notice that when we look at great players, we need sometimes an effect like this. We say, okay, at the camera's too much, over this direction here, that's about a 45-degree angle. Once I get my right hand to point at a 45-degree angle, I've got a great left lead wrist position here. I've got my right wrist breaking back on itself, and this is the position here, getting this wrist. This also helps get your tilt pressure point here, a bit of right leg, get that pressure down right of your stance and get that left shoulder moving under, and this is what brings the club. This is the secret really to getting a great downswing position, is to get this backswing in a bulletproof position by feeling and making these movements slowly. Right leg extension, pressure point, left shoulder down. We've got the right hand away, and we're thinking a lot there, I understand, but this is how we get ourselves in a great position, blending it in. And out on the golf course, you dumb it down. Hopefully we get it programmed where the main thought is the golf ball. Guys, get your backswings into a great position. This is the information that we supply with on WorldClassGolf.com. So guys, right, getting this shoulder in the right position. I'm going to show you how to practice it and keep it simple here. So get your reps in. I mean, you got to get your reps in, right? You got to hit a lot of golf balls. Otherwise, you know, there's no magic wand, and jumping from YouTube video to YouTube video can be quite confusing at times. WorldClassGolf.com, evidence-based instruction. Now, guys, have a look at this. We got to, if you imagine if you had lipstick on, you don't want any lipstick right, on your shirt, right? So when you get to the top, you feel like that it's just touching your chin and it's not covering your mouth. High left shoulder, high right hip here coming down. We're in all sorts of trouble. So here's how you practice it. All right, take your address position, get 3 swings. 1, 2, extend that right leg back. 3, all right, and then give it a hit. 1, 2, 3, hit. 1, 2, 3, hit. So people, the tilts and the turns, the engine room of your swing. Okay, this is it's the golf swing. Right, you get this right, your head's in the right position, you create separation and stretches, your arms follow. Absolutely amazing. Now we're going to go through a drill here to help you feel the position so that when you're practicing at times you can go back, revert to these drills and create those feels again and make sure you're staying inside those essential corridors. Now your shoulders don't work up and down on the same plane. The through swing, the shoulders will work steeper. This helps us hit it from the inside a lot of the time, helps us create separation, and for many people out there will help them create turn. So I'll help them turn better. Take your address position, right, and if you've got the golf club here, I've taken a driver, it's nice and light, I've got the end of the grip pointed down or away from me here, and what I want to do is when I swing back, I want to get this grip to point about 1 yard over the golf ball. All right, I'm going to estimate, not too flat and not too low, but get this grip around about 1 yard here, and if you can create that, getting about 1 yard away, you're getting the correct tilts and turns. Now on the way through, what I want to do is try and get the head of the club now to point almost half that. So it just points about ½ yard outside that golf ball. 1 yard outside the golf ball and ½ yard. And you'll feel like your head is on the side. You'll feel like your foot rolls in a lot as well. What we see with a lot of people, don't we, see the right foot or the trail foot kicking out, unfortunately, and then people are getting level here. So once again, point that grip about 1 yard over the golf ball, swing through, and we're getting really this club head to point about ½ yard. And you'll start to feel there your tilts and your turns in the golf swing. And that's something to do when you're hitting golf balls to create a very sound and solid swing. You're like, you got to hit golf balls, right? You're not going to do it sitting on the couch. So when you're hitting balls, this is revert back to this drill, create feel so that you know that you're practicing effectively and not practicing mistakes. So guys, right, looking around the corner, this is really an interesting feel and visual effect. And I actually got this off Alex Elliott on YouTube. I thought it was such a good video, the way that he explained it, looking around the corner. And what he mentioned in that video was like opening up a window, putting your head out and looking around the corner. So we're going to have a look at this because it's such a great visual picture to move and turn through the ball with a high left shoulder at that 55-degree angle, getting close to that PGA Tour average, because from this position you can just hit it so hard. Dr. Robert Neal and I have been looking at different ways to hit the ball really hard without coming out of it, or just losing your technique and then hitting the ball off center. And by turning high with this high left pec and a high left shoulder, looking around the corner, this is the most effective way that we can actually plow into this golf ball and definitely not hit it out to the left. So let's have a look at some really interesting drills, how we can get stuck into moving correctly through the ball and getting closer to this PGA Tour average. So guys, right, today I want to talk to you about live view golf. You can draw your lines with angles. I've been showing a lot of people on YouTube the 40-degree shoulder rule, the PGA averages of movement, 55 degrees through the ball, 12 degrees of shaft lean, and you can get in there and get closer to these proven averages of movement. And the closer you get, the better you hit. We know that these days every top player is filming their swings, right? And video really is the best feedback for your golf swing. This thing here is absolutely mind-blowing. Really, you can see yourself simultaneously as you're making movements. It works off sound, so you hit a shot, played back automatically. You don't have to touch the screen, hooks up to your iPad and your iPhone, and you can look down at it and stay in posture. Like, you can even put the camera or the live view back here, draw a line on your belt buckle to see where that is, have a look at your takeaway, rather than looking in mirrors and trying to get this. This is the best way to train. Guys, it's an absolute no-brainer, and I highly recommend, if you're a dedicated golfer, guys, there's a discount code in the link below. Absolutely incredible training aid. So people, forwards, down and under. Forwards, down and under. The move of the great players, we see it from the top of the swing. We're seeing movement forwards, down, but we're seeing the move underneath. Now, a couple of great ways to feel this through the golf ball is like an uppercut move, popping the left hand on top of the golf club, closing up the gap of your legs, having this left side extend as you're moving forwards and under. This right side is shortening. From here, we just don't get pulled off the shot. It's important to look at the footwork here and keeping your toes and your left foot firmly planted on the ground so that we don't get lifted up, ripped off and pulled off the shot. Forwards, down and under. Moving through the golf ball in this fashion, getting a forwards and underneath move, right hand, right knee, left hand, left hip, having your hands level, right hand, right knee, left hand, left hip, moving forwards and under, supplies us with so many different tilts through the golf ball. It really is a fantastic move in your golf swing. It just enables so much freedom and space rather than getting this right hip to ride high. So guys, right, getting through the ball effectively, keeping your thighs together, pressing them together and keeping some neck tilt. Okay, this helps control the club face. This neck tilt through the golf ball, it's really not disruptive at all. It's something that you can think about. It's almost a swing thought. Now you can take it out there on the golf course. But keeping your thighs pressed together, when we see people here with that right leg moving out and the gap, and then this gets level, and then you're in a world of hurt. It's not going to happen from there. So guys, moving through the ball, knees together, hold that position when you're doing a bit of practice. Get some neck tilt. All right, you got water dripping out your ear. Feel that. Push these thighs together. It almost sometimes when we're not flexible enough, we'll start to feel it up through this leg. And then get in there and give it a hit. From that last position, you might work on a couple of your backswing feels as well. And then move through the golf ball here. Right, squeeze them together and stretch your body a little bit when you're practicing. So get yourself in a position where you think, oh, get those old bones. If you're a little bit an aging golfer, force yourself into some of these positions. Neck tilt, moving through the golf ball, zipping up like a zip here, keeping your thighs together. Your end position has a tremendous effect on your downswing as well. It's basic, clear and simple, really effective to help your impact and your all-round ball striking.